tonight? I fancy a pizza.
Pizza!
Rose doesn't notice the obvious difference in her boyfriend's physical appearance, despite looking at him several times. Yes, I'm taking away a sequin, even if it was done for the benefit of the viewers.
Don't think that's gonna stop me.
Probably the funniest scene in the whole of the episode. Alarm manages to sound without the glass even being broken. Headless Auton Mickey fails to get around when a mere plastic hand manages to easily zoom out of a bin, successfully locating Rose through what was probably a window, as the cat flap was screwed down at the time, and flying around the room with ease to strangle or face hug its victims. I mean, it knows the general direction of the Doctor, but seriously?
It's gonna follow us.
The assembled hordes of Genghis Khan couldn't get through that door, and believe me, they've tried.
3 sequins for this beautiful scene of the classic 9 and 10th Doctor's Coral Desktop TARDIS theme.
The arm is too simple, but the head's perfect.
Hahaha, in some ways more than others. I'm referring to the point I made just now, nothing else. I know the TARDIS can change both its exterior and interior, but I highly doubt that in this moment it decided it needed an extra rail. Also, the Doctor owns a hat stand despite hardly ever wearing or apparently owning hats.
If we're somewhere else, what about that headless thing? It's still on the loose.
Melted with the head. Are you going to witter on all night?
I love the 9th Doctor, but why do you have to be so moody?
Mickey, I'll have to tell his mother he's dead and you just went and forgot him again.
The Doctor never said he was dead.
Look, if I did forget some kid called Mickey...
Yeah, he's not a
it's
kid.
because I'm busy trying to save the life of every stupid ape blundering about on top of this planet.
One of the many examples of the 9th Doctor looking down on the human race instead of admiring them. We just have a lot to learn, Doc. And anyway, Time Lords are aesthetically identical humanoids, so ape isn't really much of an insult, even if they didn't evolve from apes, nor have they always made the smartest of decisions. Not talking about you, Doctor.
It's a telephone box from the 1950s. It's a disguise.
The Doctor thinking he's so clever and just, oh, this scene.
Any way of stopping it?
Anti-plastic.
Because the Doctor isn't ever going to tell you what's actually in anti-plastic, I will, which is chlorofluorocarbons, vinyl acetates, maleic anhydride, ethyl alcohol, and copolymers, a combination of which, when coming into contact with plastic material, will cause it to not feel so good and disintegrate. According to the Autonomy novel, so cheers for this extra information.
A huge metal circular structure, like a dish, like a wheel, right close to where we're standing. Must be completely invisible. What?
The Doctor acting stupid is hit and miss for me sometimes, but this time it's a hit, and a memorable one. And to be fair, he was probably expecting the transmitter to be something not already constructed on Earth, but I don't want to ruin the joke. Also, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Where do those buses go? San Helios? Oh my god.
Think of it. Plastic all over the world. Every artificial thing waiting to come alive. The shop window dummies, the phones, the wires, the cables.
The breast implant.
Everything plastic. Have you any idea how many everyday objects use plastic? I would name every instance of an unanimated plastic object, but I'd be at the end of the universe by that time. Rule 1, the Doctor lies. I mean, you could say that the transmitter doesn't activate all forms of plastic at the same time, but I doubt that for some reason.
If I might have permission to approach.
I hope you get used to me taking a sin off every time I hear an alien language that the TARDIS doesn't translate for any good reason. Enter Nicholas Briggs, who we continue to love to this day for his remarkable voice talents of the Daleks, Cybermen and other aliens, like the nesting consciousness in this show. Ding!
Doctor, they kept him alive.
Yeah, that was always a possibility. Keep him alive to maintain the copy.
You knew that and you never said.
Exactly! Probably the biggest asshole moment from 9 in the whole episode, maybe even the series. Stock sound effect. I only know this because I played the PS1 Hercules game when I was a kid, and there are probably better examples.
I am talking!
And I'm not listening! It's probably what Nestle is saying right now.
That was just insurance. I wasn't going to use it.
But Going along with the definition of insurance, you would have used it if the Nestine were to not leave the Earth in peace. So this statement basically doesn't mean anything. What is Nesty doing with a microphone?
The end of the world.
Actually, that's not until next week, if you're watching this when it's broadcast, of course. Or in 5 billion years.
It's true. Everything I read, all the stories, it's all true.
Why are you so surprised to find out your whole life's research is true? I don't get it. How the frick is there a plastic gun concealed inside a human-manufactured plastic mannequin? Unless there's some extra feature in the transmission I don't know about.
The stairs have gone!
If it wasn't for the lack of stairs, Rose would have left the Doctor there and the world would have ended 5 billion years earlier after all. Rose's character sure did develop through the series, and not all in the initial introducing episode. Jackie survives this somehow, because somehow this group of at least a dozen Autons around her don't even bother attempting to target her. This reminds me of that Dalek in the Waters of Mars episode, but I won't go into that now. The consciousness says Time Lord in this scene, which is a nice little Easter egg for those dedicated fans, and not everybody can say that they heard it during the episode, unless they read the subtitles or read the wiki. Tempted to take off a sequin for only translating this part of the speech, which isn't a noun obviously, but I'll be nice.
No future.
The third hand clearly being already opened while the second one opens and is seen to reopen the next take, and the fact that the editors missed out this huge production mistake is laughable. I remember noticing it when I first watched the episode and I was confused as hell. 2 sequins off. How on earth, or on any planet for that matter, does that gymnastics-like move of such confidence play out so perfectly? Nesty managed to pull a Davros and survives this. Fun fact, we know that the transmission reaches at least as far as Cardiff, after taking into account the audio story One Rule, in which the Lord Mayor of Cardiff, Roy Llewellyn, was thought to have died during the invasion. This would have been hilarious for everyone filming on set.
Rose! Rose, don't go out of the house, it's not safe! Not over these things!
Rose is being an inconsiderate ass to her potentially PTSD-suffering mother by laughing and hanging up the phone.
You could stay here, fill your life with work and food and sleep, or you could go anywhere.
Apart from, you know, those places that are time-locked and other places I can't think of right now, but yeah, you get the point.
Is it always this dangerous?
Yeah.
Rule 1. The Doctor doesn't actually immediately return to Rose to tell her this, as the prose story, The Beast of Babylon, and possibly more adventures, take place between the 2 scenes. So you could say he either remembers shortly after leaving, but decides to go on a trip or 2 alone, for some reason. I mean, you could see how disappointed he was after seeing Rose respond like that. Or he takes an incredibly long time to realise he forgot to tell her this, which doesn't make any sense either. I do like this twist for the first time viewers though. Okay, I'm gonna add a sequin, fuck it.
Thanks.
Thanks for what?
Exactly.
And this is the start of Rose being a dick to her apparent boyfriend. This drug-like infatuation with the Doctor Rose always had is one of the main things I never liked about Rose. Can we get some Fs in the comments for Mickey? Another point I don't know how I feel about. So Rose only has an interest in travelling with the Doctor after she finds out it's a time machine. But why does this change everything for her exactly? I mean, her life from her own perspective isn't very exciting, so surely she'd jump at the chance to travel anywhere in the universe. It's like a homeless person not being excited about getting a mansion, but when offered a golden mansion, suddenly sparks an interest. But that iconic run though. Meh, I'm not nice every time. Doctor is credited as Doctor Fricking Who. Plot twist, Clive is behind the credit writing. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This video took a while to make, gathering all the information, researching and watching the episode closely several times, on top of the editing. So if you did like the video, even just a little bit, then please click on the thumbs up. If you have any criticism or want to highlight any points, please jot down your thoughts below. I will be making more of these sometime in the future, but I'm focusing more on putting out shorter videos in between. And if you're watching at dinner time, then please enjoy your lovely beans on toast. This is sequinz dematerializing until the next adventure.